This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the beautiful penguin sanctuary, southern tip of Africa, Cape Agulhas. Right next to the penguin sanctuary there's a chocolate factory, as I like to call it, where my son is having his pancake. Are you following your heart? I see so many people in life following perceived ideas that they consider dreams, but not really engaging their hearts, not really listening to the true hearts within themselves to know what it is that they're meant to be doing in this life, not really following themselves. And so we can all become lost in the quagmire of thought, lost along the journey of life, doing what it is we think we're supposed to do, doing what we think others expect of us, doing what we think is the right thing to do, without really listening to the beating of our own hearts to find that inner rhythm, which is the fundamental guiding principle moving us through life like a ship through the sea. I can only say to you that I feel so tremendously lucky that I've been somebody that followed my heart in my life. And so I did what I felt, and I followed my heart through this whole life. And it means that I spent most of my life traveling the world, trying to find myself on this endless proverbial journey that took me through various different countries, that took me living in the wilderness, in the jungles, in the Himalayas, living in all different ways of being, living in total poverty, living in opulence, living in different states of being, experiencing different ways of life, different rhythms, where there was no electricity, where there was water far away. Times where I've lived places where I had to walk down a side of a hill a long way to get water in order to cook, where there wasn't enough water, so I would have to wash when I went down the hill and clean myself with ash in the mornings because it was all that I had. And I've experienced different aspects of life, put myself out there beyond my own security bubble. And so to follow your heart sometimes seems like a dangerous choice, seems a dangerous option, and it is a dangerous option, but to not follow your heart is to me seemingly as dangerous or possibly more dangerous a path, because we can become stuck in an apparent bubble or a web or a net of safety. And that can really take us far from our hearts, take us far from ourselves, take us far from the fundamental expressions of being, which is the nature of self, which is why we are here. So to those of you that feel the impulse to follow your hearts, consider it deeply, contemplate deeply what's in your heart, feel what you really feel you want to do, and follow that path. Because life is so short. You will wake up one morning and you'll be way older, and you won't know whether you followed the right path or not unless you find your joy. I followed my path until it came to the point where I realized it's time to have a child. And I was like, you're basically going into your 40s and you want to have a child. And I thought, well, let's do it, you know. And I can't say that I've ever been happier in my life, even though I've been so happy living in the wilderness. Bringing a child into this world has been an expression of completion for me. And other people do this when they're younger. So we all follow different structures of our path. And some people feel inspired to have children when they're younger. Some people just fall into having children. And if that's your path, then that should be your path totally. Though it's important for those people that are young. Now, I've noticed most of my viewers are not young. Most of my viewers, according to statistics, are older than 46. So that's 75% of my viewers. Probably because the content that I share is more of a deep philosophical content that is more conducive to those that have become prepared for the true spiritual path. In the Vedic tradition, it says that you become prepared for the spiritual path after you go through your Saturn return, which is rather quite, or when you're approaching your Saturn return as well. So there's something quite interesting being expressed here to do with the 27 and the 56.28. 56 point in our lives, and how we find maturation and the expression of being. Though, for those of you that are younger and watching, you should be following your hearts. And for those of you that are older and watching, it's never too late to follow your heart. It's never too late to find the essential path that one's heart is driving one towards. I'm too old is not an excuse, because you will be dead. You will have passed away from this world. Everything that you have will be gone. Everything that you know will be memories and whispers that are taken from you when you leave this world. And I remember leaving this world. For those of you that are wondering, how you can engage with your heart. Follow the structure of these classes from beginning to end. Series 1, Season 1 first, and Season 2. They are structured in a way to bring you to your heart. For the heart is the fundamental expression of all occult and spiritual sciences, all the practices of the path towards unity of the self, an expression of the divine principles in this life. Don't ever be shy to be who you are. Don't ever be afraid of reproach. To be who you are is fundamental. You were born to be yourself. And that's truly following your heart. Following the path through life that you were meant to follow is finding what the expression is within you, calling you to do, calling you to be, calling you to find your path in this life so that you're able to become attuned to the higher frequencies of being, able to become attuned to the most fundamental principles within yourself so that you can find the true path. Life can be taken away in a moment. If you've got your health, use your health while you've got it, because that's how you keep your health. When we lose our zest for life, and we lose our drive, and we lose the joy of life, we can start to lose the life spirit, and our life pranic field will start to deteriorate. You've got to do what you enjoy in order to enjoy life. And when you enjoy life, you enjoy your food. When you enjoy your food, you enjoy your breathing, you enjoy your water, you enjoy your friends, you enjoy all the wonderful things that life has got to offer. But you can also then learn to enjoy the lessons that life is bringing to you, even when the lessons are challenging, even when the lessons are seemingly uncomfortable. You can learn to enjoy them because there's a deeper learning. There's a fundamental reflection of the self that is coming into being. And through this principle and through this process, we're able to really attune with the deepest aspects of our heart that's guiding us forwards. And so bravery and courage is an expression of those that follow their heart. Somebody I know who's quite brave and who's got a lot of courage is Bird Dog. His channel is recommended on my channel. Go and take a look at it after you've liked and smashed the like and shared this video. He's worth looking into. He's got some wonderful live streams that are up. And also he can guide you along the way of finding security financially. I'm not that person, I don't do that. I'm just plugging his channel because he's a good guy. When it comes to following your heart, you need to look towards those around you that are following their hearts. To become attuned to those that are following their heart will help you to attune to following your heart. So harmonic resonance is quite fundamental. Start looking at the people around you in life that are finding their joy, that are finding the expression of their being, that are following the path that they feel true, and they move along their own self-called, self-designed, self-owned path of life. By connecting with these people, you will connect with that aspect within yourself. By connecting with that aspect inside yourself, you will bring forth that from yourself. And by bringing forth that from yourself, you will be on this path of life that will be moving you towards the deepest aspect of yourself. And then joy, harmony, and peace and love will become the natural expressions of being that guide us through this path of life. Never be shy. Shyness there's no time or space for shyness in this world. Consider shyness as you trying to shrink who you are, to become smaller than what you are, to hide your light from the world. There's no need to hide your light from the world. The light inside your heart was meant to pour forth from you into the world to inspire those around you so that they can feed off of that light in the most beautiful and positive way, that it can produce a light within their heart so that they can bring forth their light, and you can feed off the light coming from their light, and the light becomes a principle of dynamic expansion that moves through all beings, expressing the harmonies, the beauty, and the love, which is the fundamental principles of creation, the way in which ourselves are structured, and the way in which the self manifests the reality of this creation through us. This experience of being becoming the fundamental structure that you see as time and space. These are all just aspects of the heart expressing reality through the triviality of being. And the triviality of being is fundamentally a lesson here to bind you to your heart so that you can find the true pathway back to your heart from whence it all comes. As above, so below. The shaman understands this fundamentally, and so the shaman follows the principles of the heart. The dance that the shaman does is the fundamental expression of the heart as the heart relates to the rhythms of life, producing the rhythm within that is able to mimic the rhythm of life so that the rhythms of harmonic resonance can come into a state of synchronized vibrational field. And the consciousness can reflect this dynamic harmony so that an inward journey can result for the shamanic experience to connect with the deepest aspect of the self, which are the guides, which are the fundamental living structuring forces that bring reality into being. To understand this is to find your joy, to find your peace, to find your harmony and to express it in the world. To start to live your path is the meaning of life from my perspective. So smash the like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There are daily uploads coming. Best to stick to the lessons one by one. That way you're going to get the best out of it. This is season 2. There's season 1 as well. Take a look. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Live from the heart. Smile from the heart. Find the heart, and the heart will become your shield, become your guiding principle, and it will bring to you all the things of the heart that are joy, love, and beauty. Om Shanti.